And we're live.
Hi.
It's Brandon and Eloise here. We're just working on some stuff before we head up to Michigan GT.
Because the tournament is in 3 days and we are actually working on things now, which makes it one of the earliest time we have started working on stuff. Just saying.
So what are you working on, Eloise?
I am finishing up converting, putting in the theme of my army. A couple of sisters that I bought from Corey a while back that I have not touched in a while because I wanted to do Eldors, but then I'm too lazy to learn how to play a new army. So sisters the best.
Sisters the best. Yeah, so we're playing in the Michigan GT doubles, and we'll be playing Sisters of Battle.
And Eloise refuses to learn a new army.
And I am working on painting the necessary components to field a towel list for the tournament. I don't think I'll be getting best painted or anything, but yeah, it'll be playable.
But you'll be legal.
I'll be legal. So everything's converted. I have my base coats down. I have 3 colors on the models right now. So what I'm working on is I'm painting some metal panels to help provide a little bit more color and texture and character to the models, and just breaking up the flat surfaces of the tau stuff. And then when I paint on silver and rust effects, it'll look good with the different colors.
Yep. So we are going to keep these backpack. So what's your army for Michigan GT? Besides Tau, can we have a little bit?
Oh, it's Kroot Tau.
Kroot Tau.
So my army for Michigan GT, I only made the decision to come to Michigan GT on Sunday.
2 weeks ago, yeah?
Not even 2 weeks ago. Like, I just bought the ticket Sunday.
We had been talking about it for.
Yeah, but, got a lot of stuff going on, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to play or not, or judge.
Yes, that was a big question.
So I decided that, I guess I'm going to judge. And then I was like, well, what army should I play? So I put together a Tau army, and then I realized that I don't actually have half the army models that I needed painted. So that's where I am.
And it is not even remotely quite as bad as the first one that you had made.
Oh, yeah. The original list I wanted to run, which would have been more fun, more cagey, I guess, and just played the missions better. I would have had to build like 4 models and like paint 5 more models than I'm already painting, and just do a lot of weapon swapping and conversions. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. That sounds rough.
The weaponry.
Because I rather, believe it or not, even though I like building display boards and painting vases, I don't actually like painting models. I like building models. I don't like painting models.
Painting models is not fun.
Painting models is my least favorite aspect of the hobby.
So the sister that had hip dysplasia,
Yeah.
She's dead. So I'm going.
She's dead.
Well, she did not have legs. Well, she had one leg. Then I removed her arms, and her leg fell. So she was basically a trunk without hands. So I removed her wings, and I am taking, the ornament stuff.
So she's functionally, paraplegic now because you've removed all of her hands and legs.
Yeah.
Well, Eloise is an equal opportunity Sisters of Battle player.
I mean, she could pilot a penitent engine. I'm not.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they also need
Hands?
They also need hands and legs.
Well, there's that.
And of course, they're buffering. Ugh.
Which is weird. Can you? Yeah, are you lifting the computer?
Yeah.
So what we are going to do is Ooh, ah. Can I have the drill, please? What we're going to do is attach their arms, do the green stuff good, so that at the end of the day, thank you.
There you go. Are you just drilling into the skull?
Yeah. It's going to be a very short drilling activity. At the end of the day, she will have a skull they will have a skull head like all of the others, a hood, the right hands, and they will be like that. The goal is, before I go to bed at 10, to have 2 of those. I can paint on non-dried green stuff and let it dry painted, right? Or is it a terrible idea? It's okay, I have my answer.
I don't know if it's a terrible idea. I think the problem is that because it's still malleable.
We don't say is that.
Okay. The issue is because the surface is malleable, it will
be a
you may see brushes, you may see indentation, you may see
fair.
It may crack afterwards because the green stuff does shrink after drying.
It does?
Yes.
Okay.
So I would personally let it fully dry before painting.
Okay.
But if you want to live dangerously, I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
I have a very optimized paint pattern for those girls, and the worst that could happen is that I spend more time than what I need painting them.
Well, since you're drilling, we'll let it go to you. You can show off your handy drill work.
Nice nails. Ooh,
Oh, yeah. Talk about your nails.
My nails are a color called Bury Me in Hollow.
That seems aggressive.
Bury Me in Hollow. Which is nice. I don't think you will still see the flame of Hollow because I've worn them for a bit. We are flooding it with light. Oh, there you go. Yeah, no. I've worn them for too long. You don't see the holographic flame anymore. Just because we've done a lot of resin work, so I have a thin layer of resin goop.
You need that better top coat.
No, it's my choice. I chose to wear only one layer of top coat, while it's recommended to wear 2. So, choices were made. You need to live with the consequences. There you go. So, come for the Warhammer 40k hobby content and stay for the nails?
Yeah. We should have a streaming video of you painting people's nails.
We have a video of me painting Brad's nail, and we have pictures of me painting Cal's nails.
Perfect. That is the content
That's the content that people want.
The people want. You know, I've no one's physically messaged me that they wanted that content, but I'm assuming that's a.
If you are watching this video and you want nail content on top Warhammer 40k players. wasn't Kyle like top chaos at some point last year?
He's one of the best. Well, not last year, this year.
This year?
You haven't known Kyle for that long.
Top G-Man?
Yeah.
So yeah, and Brad. I'm quite sure I could entice people.
You know how they do. So a lot of miniature boxes come with transfers, so you can put like logos and everything.
Oh!
You could totally paint someone's nails and put transfers in.
100%. I could paint Kramer's nail ultramarines with the Omega. Like they do the eat peppers and have a conversation content.
Yeah. Are you going to do that
We
with nail
can
art?
do the paint your nails and have a conversation content. Hi, please introduce yourself. What's your favorite army and why? What's your favorite faction? And what's your favorite build with your army in the current edition? And what color do you want for your nails?
Rainbow.
Do you mind if I steal the... No, you're not looking. That means that you don't mind.
Use your words. I don't know what you're trying to describe. Go ahead.
Not all of it, just a little. Just a little bit.
Well, unless you throw it across the room, then it's going to be all of it.
Up. Put your hands up. So what's our list? Because tomorrow I need to type the list in the system, in the app, and then send it to myself to print it so that I can study it while I save capitalism.
What is your list? Well, it's better to think about it like a 2,000 point army because that's how I built it. So we have... my list has Moira Val with 3 Paragon Warsuits with multi-meltas and all the fun stuff that make her good. I have Celestine and her twins. I
love that you say Celestine and the twins. I have rubbed
the,
off on you.
The model is Saint Celestine, but they don't acknowledge the fact that she has 2 twins with her. I mean,
the Gemini.
Yeah, you gotta acknowledge the fact that she's not by herself.
She's not by herself. Yeah. She's got twins for sure.
Yes, Gemini lives matter. So
they do.
We have 2 individual mortifiers with a 3+ armor save because this edition's silly. You can just give everything the best equipment possible. We have...
Which I still don't understand people who say, I will not put that on them because blah, blah, blah. Like...
Oh, I mean, even with this army, I'm making substandard choices because I don't have all the parts I need.
Really?
Yeah.
Who are you and what did you do with my husband?
Part of it has to come down to not wanting to do stuff too.
I mean,
being stubborn. Let's see, we have a unit of 5 Retributors with 4 heavy flamers and a flame pistol. We have... I don't know why it's buffering so much.
It's okay.
I have a Rhino. I have 10 Repentia because...
Repentias don't do squat anymore, so you decided to take 10 of them?
I want to try them. I think I can make them work.
No, you will be extremely disappointed. Because you want to take Repentias because you remember...
No, I know I'm going to be disappointed. They have a fraction of the amount of attacks that they used to have. I am well aware of that. But I think they still serve a role, and I want to find out.
They're not.
I think they can still do some work.
You cannot even slingshot them anymore. They cannot.
No, that's why they have a Rhino.
You cannot advance and charge or anything.
Yeah, that's why they have a Rhino.
Oh, true, because now you can move and then disembark.
Well, not quite. So if you move...
Have I been cheating again?
Well, you can move and disembark, that's fine. But what you cannot do is you can't move, disembark, and assault.
So I've been cheating again.
I mean, what were you charging without a Rhino?
Can I shoot?
Yeah.
Can I move, disembark, and shoot?
Yes.
Okay, so I haven't been shooting again.
That's what I'm saying. You haven't been using them because you tried them once and you're like, this is awful.
This is awful. No, joke aside, like you're making it seem like I'm dramatic, and maybe I am. But Repentias are just terrible.
So as a whole, in 10th edition, close combat has gone down into the trash can. Units that were close combat powerhouses, last edition,
Repentia,
Zephyrim, Celestine, even more Val, they're just not doing the heavy lifting that they were doing before, unfortunately.
Why?
Because they just changed the damage output of close combat units, because I don't know why. In addition to changing the damage output of close combat units, they made units more resilient.
Okay.
So it's a mixture of lowering the strength, damage, and AP, And attacks, quite frankly. There's a lot less, because you're just getting less swings. Like, when you were playing with Repentia last edition, like, they'd have 3 attacks base, plus exploding 6s, plus you'd have Warhammer for 4 attacks, advance and charge.
The passion.
Yeah, like, just a sheer crazy amount of attacks for a dirt cheap unit. That just doesn't exist anymore. Close combat is kind of in a weird spot.
So
and that's every army. That's not just sisters.
Well, but sisters have a little bit of shooting. Like, they can give you a many with melta guns.
Yeah.
Because they have, like, the meltas going to 18 is just the worst. But armies like...
I don't know why they changed that. I never thought that... So multi-meltas have been 24 inches for as long as I can remember. And I don't know why they just randomly 24 inches, that's very strong. Let's make it a strong, 18 inches.
It's global warming.
It's global warming. All right. I mean, that's not a answer I've heard before. Maybe. Could be.
That's my answer, and I'll stick to it. Up. So now we need to let it dry. So, what else do you need?
But what I've been seeing, and I think what other people have been kind of feeling too, is the armies that were kind of like combined arms attachments that had a heavy reliance on doing damage in both shooting and close combat are taking more of a hit than armies that primarily did most of their damage while shooting. So Tau and Eldar are accelerating because they've always kind of been a shooting army.
So what makes me sad is my favorite unit in Eldar is the Banshees, and my favorite unit in Sisters was the Repentias. And now I'm just sad.
The weirdest thing about Eldar right now, and I don't get it, is that all the units that are pretty good, like you'll see on the tabletop, are all units that are not new. They're all old.
They are new Eldar units?
No, they're not. They're old units that have been around for at least 5-6 years.
Does it exist, like you have the new Marines, does it exist new Eldar units?
Yeah, like your Banshees. Your Banshees were new. Your Banshees and Dark Reapers received new models last year.
Oh, they're new? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So you receive these new models, and then only for them to just be trash.
So I'm not saying that we do or we don't, but what we should do is, if we know anyone who was part of writing the rule or play testing, we should ask them.
Why don't they like the new games, or why don't they like the new models?
Why did you do that to Melee? So you go there.
I would venture to say that people who know about the rules and are associated with them, I'm pretty sure they're aware of what they're doing. They know.
They just don't like Melee. It's okay.
Sometimes they're Melee curious, but they're not willing to...
They're not willing to commit.
No, I don't have a good answer. I don't know why. I mean, it's in addition to decreased damage and decreased output in close combat. They changed the way consolidating into combat works. They changed the speed profile, so just certain units are way slower than they used to be.
Do you want to put you on the big screen? Because I'm going to, in 1 minute, clean the bath and all of that.
Cool. Yeah, we can change that. And I'm still just painting armored plates. All the different colors.
Well, I'm a little bit disappointed that I forgot that they did not have green stuff hood, because I kind of expected them to be fairly painted tonight.
Oh, well. I guess we're going to be painting tomorrow.
That's precisely what I wanted to avoid. So I guess tonight I paint those boys.
I mean, if you get them built, I can go out and prime them. Fair. And then we could just do the bare minimum of painting for Brad. Because at no point in time has he actually promised to bring you wine or anything.
I just do that out of the kindness of my heart. No, I did that because I had no clue how big. I had no clue how big doorknobs were. And I expected... So what's the name of the tiny ones that are...
Grots.
Grots. Okay. Yeah. Well.
You did pick... So when orcs get into more combat, they just get bigger.
Ah.
And then their ranking in society is based off of how large they are and how muscular they are. And
oh, so those big boys are pretty high in the food chain then.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, well, I learned something.
Which is cool, no? You know, like
learning something? Yeah, always. While it finishes, how long before it finishes? 27 minutes. I'll do some quick face work just so that they're not completely naked.
You are putting infinitely more effort for a unit that is going to see the table for one weekend and go in the trash can.
It brings me joy.
Okay.
No, I just... You know how what you like is making bases and terrain?
Yeah.
You know what I like? Not painting. Up. Well, for sand. Why did you move me?
Because a quarter of the screen was on your shirt.
Well, sorry about that, whomever is watching. Not this kind of channel.
Not yet.
Not this type of channel.
Okay.
However, we have an OnlyFans. That face. Your face.
I mean, if we do, I haven't learned about it until now. You know,
we do not have an OnlyFans.
People keep saying that I should have an OnlyFans channel.
So that's a conversation that I had with Jason. Up. You have the big screen?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Okay. Stop. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes. Up.
So what is the conversation you're having with Jason?
That there is, without a doubt, a market for people talking about the lore on OnlyFans.
So are you saying like talking about the lore in outfits, like, or just talking?
Not sexy content, just like, you know, the conversation that Brad and the doctor Blake, the conversation that Brad and Blake have about the lore and blah blah blah. Jason thinks that there is a market for people to pay to get access to that kind of content and get told the story of their army. Do we have Q-tips?
Yeah.
No, the thing for the tooth.
Toothpicks are there.
Thank you. The Q-tips for the tooth.
Are you polishing them or are you cleaning them? I mean, yeah, there is, but it has to be done well, and it has to make sense, and it has to be engaging.
Yeah, that would be the problem. The problem is when I get too, and that's why I'm half-assing those, when I get too focused on the thing, I cannot chit-chat and do the thing. You know what I mean?
Yes. But I don't think people are gonna pay for OnlyFans subscription for reading a fluff, though.
No, and he's very cognizant about that.
But like Spotify, like.
Well, I don't know how it works for Brad and Blake there.
Well, I think they're doing it with someone else now.
Oh.
I don't know. It keeps changing.
Yeah. I don't keep up with stuff.
I mean, it's difficult to keep up with everything. There's a lot of moving pieces and parts.
Fair. Yeah, that sucks. I don't want to do that. Okay.
May I ask what you don't want to do?
That. It's slightly more time consuming than I gave it credit for, just because the glue is thicker than the one we normally use.
Elmer's glue.
I don't want to use Elmer's glue because I want it to be dry by the time I'm done building them, so that you can just...
There's zero chance that glue that you're using right now will be dry by the time
it will be! That's why I use a super thick one, because it dries super quick. But I do such a sloppy job, I feel like I'm a toddler right now.
Well, arts and crafts, you know. Arts and crafts hour with Eloise.
It's not hobby time, it's arts and crafts time.
Figure painting.
Also, I'm super glad because if we go with the yellow and purple color, I had bought that purple nail polish a while back that I don't end up wearing quite as much because purple is not quite my color. So I can use it on Brad's model. Like, I don't know, on the head or something. 'Cause who doesn't like a full face of nail polish?
Yeah, I guess not.
Up, up. And that's draining. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put all the sands. Then finish building those babies with what just came out of the print. Of the press. Such a sloppy job.
Eloise volunteered her time and energy instead of relaxing before the tournament to build Brad Chester 20 orc knobs. I think she's punishing herself for some reason. I don't know why she would commit to that.
I did not know what knobs were, okay? I genuinely thought I was signing up for 20 of the tiny small ones that just sit in the background. And I was super game with that.
You're super game with that?
20 of the big boys that... Oops. Well, that's a good thing that my camera doesn't have sound.
It actually does have sound, but I have it turned off, so...
Glued, because the glued was just very happy to see me.
I'm also sure the microphone probably picked it up, so, you know.
Oops.
That was a pretty loud gloop.
So I'm pretty excited to play this weekend. I don't think I have more than 3 games in me, just because life has been pretty exhausting lately. But I'm pretty glad that I get to play 3 games.
Cool. I think you'll fun. I think you'll enjoy yourself.
Yes, plus we are playing with and against friends. Like at Michigan GT. It's not like down here. Down here we don't know a lot of people. At Michigan GT we are playing with and amongst friends, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
And maybe you'll play against, you know, people who you actually know. Not that I don't mind playing against strangers, but, you know, the doubles isn't a very serious event. It's a very fun event.
Do you think we are going to play against Hard Member again? No, Hard Boner. Because our team name is still Power Bottom. And if we have a rematch, Power Bottom versus Hard Boner, that like 3 years later, 2 years later, 3 years later.
You know, we can look up the team names.
Oh!
Alright, let's see what we can do. Oh, Anna's here.
Hey, Hannah.
We were chatting about you earlier today, Anna.
Yes. I was, and I don't know if it's a compliment or not. That always starts well.
That is not a good way to start a conversation.
When talking about the LGBT trends and all of that community, I always imagine in my head that you are standing next to me because I actually like you as a human being. And I always try to say things, no matter whether you're here or not, pondering you being here, so that if I try not to be offensive to you, then I should not be offensive to anyone.
I don't think your goal is to be actively offensive.
My goal is not to be actively offensive, but it helps me, like, it humanizes a community, I guess, if that makes sense. It's not a amorphous blob of people. It actually is someone that I like and care for.
So what you're trying to say is you're putting...
You make me less of a cunt. I guess.
Well, that's a great simplification, you know.
Brendan is like, a good lord.
She says, that is appreciated. I'm glad I can help. Question mark?
Well, just keep being an awesome human being, and you're helping.
I think what Eloise is trying to say is a lot of the time people, be it people we don't regularly interact with, be it minority groups, be it different sexual orientations, different socioeconomic class, different religious, different physical belief. You don't, since you don't interact with them, you have preconceived notions, and by knowing somebody in that particular community gives you a more positive outlook on that community. Is that what, like, more understanding, like more respectful, appreciative?
Good evening, Julian Scott. Oh. Yes, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I guess. You make me less of a bitch.
Heard it from Eloise, and I'm just trying to translate this crazy French woman.
So Anna, you're and Julian Scott, are you guys going to Michigan GT?
Yeah. What are you guys taking to Michigan GT? I know lists have been submitted, but I don't think they're unlocked yet, so we can talk trash about everyone's armies and how certain armies are going to do better than others. Not my army, though. We're going to do better with Sisters of Battle than this Tau army I'm building.
I strongly doubt it. Please allow me to be skeptical.
I think we're going to play the mission very well, and we're not going to kill anything with our army.
Sounds about right. I really feel like a toddler. I'm doing such a sloppy job. It's okay, Brad is colorblind. He will not see how poorly laid out the soil is. What does it have to do with the color? Yes.
Julie and Scott aren't going.
Oh no! I hope you guys are alright. Triple Chunk Votan. Is Triple Chunk the triple sorcerer thing they were talking about Monday?
No. What Anna's specifically referring to is the big land fortress.
Oh, the fortress?
The big tank.
Are Votan in a better place now than they were a couple of weeks
it turns out when you lower a bunch of point values, certain armies get better. And that's what happened. That's what happened with Tau, and that's what happened with Votan. That's what happened.
That's not what happened with Sisters.
Sisters are in a better place now than they were before. You got an extra 2 units in your army.
Cool.
You got an extra 200 points.
I got more fluff to fluff. Is
more
your phone vibrating?
Probably.
Or is my phone? Oh no, it's my phone that's vibrating. Oops.
Oh, Julie's being mean. Okay. That's why they're not going. Well, so Eloise wasn't planning on going, but she came to the heartfelt conclusion that she misses everybody in the Michigan area. So she took the time off her busy schedule from work to come visit everybody and hang out. Because there's a lot of crazy stuff happening at her job, and she wants to spend time with friends and family.
And I want to not be that grouchy person who only talks about work and complains about work. I want to be that happy person who has friends and does stuff. So, New Year, new me? Yeah, when things get way cheaper in your opponents. I cannot read from here.
I know.
Sorry.
I'm actually kind of impressed. Alright, so if they were going, Scott would be on Eldar. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, Eldar's pretty solid. They're still probably the best army right now, I would say. And Scott's a pretty solid player. Like, he loves playing those fast-moving, strategic, silly armies like I do.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah, having the access to the 4 grudges, or whatever they're called, at the beginning of the game instead of what you were barely limited to, I can see how that would help out dramatically. Yeah, I was chatting with Eloise like a little bit earlier. I wasn't really even planning on playing. I was going to just come up and
judge.
Just judge. Scott is a meta chaser. He's a dirty bandwagoner. Brad is rubbing off on him.
What is Brendan playing at the Michigan GT?
He's playing Tau.
Okay.
That doesn't make me a bandwagoner. You know why? Because I played Tau before they were bad or good.
So did Scott. I'm quite sure that he played Eldor in 7th edition.
He's a bandwagoner.
Though he was really... I know.
I'm going to start crying.
I know, Julie. He has not grieved that one yet.
I'm very sad. Rest in peace, bikes. I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Not only are all the bikes going away that I like, but the current bike models are so bad. The rules are just awful.
All of your bikes are converted, so why can you not use your bikes as the new bike and say, hey, they were ugly, poof, 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 magical, it's converted, pa-pa.
Oh, no? I mean, it's not an issue of them. Well, it is an issue of being ugly. It's also an issue of them being bad.
Oh, well.
So, they don't have any other special weapons that they used to have.
I have a very important question. Did you see the pink smoke in your mind when I said, pa-pa? Bandwagon Brendan.
I'm not a bandwagoner. As I paint my Tetras that I got specifically for this edition.
I am not a bandwagoner.
Hey, I have Kroot in my army. I don't want to hear it. Actually, I think my list has 0 Kroot in it.
La 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 la. You're not helping your case, sir. You see, the first one that I did is almost dry.
Well, if you feel... Oh, the gloom. I thought you meant the green stuff.
Oh, no. They... Let me poke their head. No. So yeah, if people wonder how the sisters, the converted sisters get their skull head and their hood, that's how they get their skull head and their hood. All of them, painstakingly.
This is very... crappy.
The problem is that stats... What do you mean stats? First one bikes need to go on 50 mil.
Julie, it's not your fault that you bought the armies. It's Scott's fault. Don't take blame for Scott. Now, I was thinking about it. So, with the bikes, I have a couple options. Well, one...
Beef, paff, poof, they are the new bikes. I like that.
The bikes that I have are physically the same size as Outriders because I converted every single one of them to be bigger. And all I need to do is put them on the appropriate base. The issue is...
Didn't you just rebased all of them when we started dating?
I literally just rebased... Not even when we started dating. I just did it in February.
Okay.
I rebased everything in February.
Sorry.
I rebased them for Cherokee Open. I wanted to...
You did.
And now I have to rebase them again.
I need to stop giggling. It makes me sound sadistic. Did you just rebase everything?
So probability, yes. Normally I do take several Kroot units. The issue is with Michigan GT terrain. It is vile. It is very open, and there's nowhere to hide the Kroot units. So they can't do anything, and they just get picked up and shot off the table.
It's very English meta.
I would have an easier chance hiding my Kroot units on LGT format terrain than I would at the Michigan GT.
What is LGT?
London Grand Tournament.
Oh.
The tables are just very open at this particular event.
Not as open as Adepticon.
Not as open as Adepticon. You are absolutely correct about that. So how Michigan GT works is that it is 8 pieces of terrain. They are placed in predetermined areas, but you can determine the
angle
and orientation of either a building or a hill, and the hills are obscuring. But the problem is with hills,
you need to go up and down.
You can't hide Kroot behind a hill, really. They're just not doing anything. But no, I actually think Kroot are in a pretty good spot right now. 10 bodies for 55 points is very strong.
I'm excited about the terrain format, Anna, because sisters don't kill squat anyways. So it removes the obstacles that I need to go around to score points.
So back last edition, they had the same exact format. Instead of it was 4 ruins, 2 hills, 2 forests, and it was fine because you could choose your secondaries. You could.
You cannot choose your secondaries?
Forest actually did stuff. Well, no. Now it's either the fixed ones that people aren't really taking, or they're tactical, which I think it'll be fine. I think there'll be people who are upset. Actually, remember the first time I went to Michigan GT and that one guy, Joseph Wright, played, and he dropped out of the GT because he hated the way the terrain was?
No, he dropped out of the GT because he got his ass whooped. And he was...
No, he played in the doubles, and he dropped out of the train because he was just a salty little bitch about the way the train was.
We don't call people salty little bitch on stream. It's not...
Call like I see it.
He was a salty human being. Yes. Yes. Let's just say that thanks to him, the ocean is not going to turn into flat water. Fix was popular at LGT. Yeah, so can you choose... Hi, Eloise, playing in a tournament this weekend. Can you choose if you want to use the card or if you use the fix?
Yes. You can choose.
And can you choose any of the cards as your fix?
No, you get a choice of 6 cards.
Oh, okay.
So, you get choices, but not many.
Also, can we do the bounty?
What do you mean?
The card where you get 30 points.
No.
Why? Sounds fun.
Because we're going... Scoring primary points is not the issue with our army. Or scoring secondary. The issue with our army is killing anything.
Making sure that you stay alive long enough to score.
So what you're talking about are gambits. And we're not doing gambits. Unless we're in a very dire position, and then we'll try it. But even then, it's not even like a guaranteed thing.
But it sounds like a pop moment if you make it work.
If you randomly roll dice high enough.
I can roll your dice.
You can roll my dice? Okay.
Your dice like me.
Actually, so this Kroot theme army, I've been working on this Kroot theme army since 2006.
Oh.
So this Kroot theme army is older than several members of DOG.
Older than your first marriage.
Yeah.
Oh should.
Yeah, Anna has a good point. Gambit, you may want to be able to gambit, but wanting is the issue.
Okay.
We're not gambiting. That's
So
we will never be in a position where gambit seems like the superior option.
What is gambit? You choose to stop scoring.
So at
primaries?
the end of turn 3, you no longer score primary objectives, and then you randomly determine what your gambit is. And there's 4 choices.
Oh, you don't choose your gambit?
No. You pick 2 cards and you randomly
crap.
determine it, because everything has to be random in 40k now.
Well, it's a dice game.
Well, it's not a dice game because you're not rolling to see what it is. You're picking out of a deck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then, one of the gambits is you don't get a gambit. Tough shit.
Really?
Yes.
So 1 chance out of 6 is 6 to be you?
No, there's 4 of them.
So 1 chance out of 4 is 6 to be you, which makes the odds even worse.
So you have a 25% chance of, being told to eat dicks.
Okay, I now get the point. Okay.
But, you may get the one which has, some ridiculous requirements, and then you have, in addition to making sure the ridiculous requirements happen, you also have to roll high enough to get the points. And if you accomplish all that stuff, then you get a set amount of points.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not really
something.
I wouldn't build my game plan on it.
No. Yeah. No. Okay.
Actually, I think a lot of tournaments have just straight up banned it because it's stupid.
Well, if no one uses it, do you need to ban it?
You do get to choose, but you have to randomly lose an option. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I don't know. I haven't used gambits. I've never been in a position where I'm just not scoring primary points.
Well, you would have to be in a very, very dire position. Like, if you get tabled, can you gambit?
You could, but you don't get any... I mean, you could gambit, but you don't get anything. Because the issue is, it still requires you to have units accomplishing stuff to try to even get it. Okay. Like, one of the gambits are have X number of units in the center, and each amount of unit in the center of the table at the end of the game modifies your dice roll a 12.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Not really statistically good odds to try to...
No.
Yeah, at that point, you're losing. Sure, you could gamble on, trying to...
If you're getting pushed in enough, you might want to gamble, but not.
Actually, when I played against Sean last week, I should have gambited, because I was in a very great position on turn 3, and I had the vast majority of my army left over. But he was just dominating me on primary scoring. So I could have gambited and potentially won the game, but I think gambits are lame, so I chose not to.
Okay.
But, if you want to gambit, we can gambit. It's a doubles event, no one cares. I think it'd be funny. Maybe I can actually learn how to use them.
I think that Orc has an issue with his arm.
What do you mean?
My arm really does. Oh no, actually it does. Okay. I just did it on myself and it worked. So.
Yeah, and it also brings to this point. It's also feels bad for the player who legitimately beat you, and then you boxcar the slot machine gambit and pull out a narrow win.
Yeah. It's worse than a gotcha, actually. It's a built-in gotcha.
It's like, are you fucking serious right now?
Well, and I know that feeling because I had an opponent who beat me by 6 points at Glass City once, a couple of years ago. And his army was not painted. So I got my 10 points for the army being painted, and his was great. So I won by 4. And it's a terrible feeling because you effectively lost.
Yeah, but he was so bitter about it, though.
I would be bitter, too. He won.
He could have played better.
He could have painted.
Yeah. It's not... the standard of entry for having models painted in a tournament is so low.
Oh.
And, like, you're going, right? You're making an investment. Like, I don't know. I don't really have any sympathy for people who lose games because they don't have a painted army.
Yeah, but I know that feeling of...
Does it stink? Yeah. Should you have painted your army?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have sympathy for that. Because, like, even now, you are physically working on models... Not even for yourself.
Not even for me.
But you're working on models for Brad, right? And, like, if Brad can get a painted army together, it may look like a trash can, but if Brad can physically get an army together...
Should I 3D print tiny trash cans?
It's probably a little late, but you could if you really wanted to.
And just put them everywhere on the thing.
I just hope you like orc knobs because you're gonna be stuck with these afterwards.
Oh no, he keeps them. He's knobs. What am I gonna do with 5% too big knobs? You can't
start an orc army. I don't know.
Oh no. I already have an Eldar army to start. Remember? At some point, I need to do something with that Eldar army.
Yeah, at some point.
Up. There we go.
You're just afraid of dominating everybody, and that's why you don't want to paint.
Yeah. That's exactly that. Such a humble person. Such a humble soul. I just don't want to win. Oh, fuck. Right. Let's roll. Up.
So, Anna, how are you feeling about your chances with Votan at the Michigan GT? There's a lot of random armies that I wasn't expecting seeing. Like, there's several AdMech players, there's several Knight players.
I'm actually surprised there are several AdMech players.
I mean, I think we're all surprised that there's several AdMech players.
Is AdMech becoming a horde army?
It is becoming a horde army.
Like Sisters?
Yep. Brad was postulating lists the other day about how you can just get like 120 bodies and then you have the rest of your army.
120 bodies is not even the army?
It's a good part of it. Like maybe a quarter or a third. I don't know.
Wow.
They're just really cheap.
I don't know how I feel about Sisters becoming a horde army.
They always have been.
No, they have not.
Yes, they have too.
Up. Hey, paper towel. And I know he's a great pilot. No. Trying to keep my wits about me and not talk myself into having confidence. Why? You should have confidence. There is a difference between confidence and cockiness.
That's a good point. And something to keep in mind, too, about best Votan and all those kinds of words. It all depends on your pairings. Like, you could have 5 extremely difficult games, and John could have 5 extremely easy games. And unfortunately, just because of the strength of schedule, he ends up winning. Just because he had several easier matchups. And that's no fault to you. That's just sometimes people get easier, more advantageous matches. Happens every tournament, where people just do better than they normally would because they get the one pairing that their army excels into, or they play somebody who's relatively new at the game.
They play somebody who rolls a feel no pain per per wound and not per damage.
So the what you can focus on is just when you play your games, you take it one game at a time, and you just play as best as you can, and you take it from there. And if you win Best Hotan, you win Best Hotan. If you don't, you don't. It's okay.
Well, it's like you won, Best Tau at ATC?
Yeah. And
the reason why you won Best Tau is because the other dude who was runner-up for Best Tau ended up playing Justin for his last game and got rolled over. Like rolled over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and John is objectively a great player. Not that you're not. I don't know. I don't think I've never watched you play. Have I?
Well, he has been playing a lot of games recently. He's been playing way more than I have. You're probably better at 10th edition than I am. I'm just letting a army that manages to commit suicide half the time, carry me to victory.
Because your crisis should have Azurdus? I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say.
No, the weapons all have hazardous weapon profiles, so, they just end up murdering themselves.
Yeah, okay. Okay. My understanding was correct. Up. Sometimes overthinking thing. And that's, there's a happy middle, because you have people who overthink everything and then get in their own way, like Sober Brandon.
Just have a cocktail, you'll be alright.
And then you have people who don't overthink enough and don't even keep track of score, like not
Sober Eloise.
There is a happy middle somewhere.
I'm gonna make you keep track of scores this weekend.
Oh, c'est bon, c'est. I don't even keep track of my own score when I play alone against someone and trust my opponents. Why would I?
Well, it's a bad habit. We're gonna break that habit this weekend.
I already quit smoking. I cannot break too many habits in one go. Okay?
It's been 8 weeks, so you can break another habit.
I've been smoking for way more than 8 weeks, so I get to cut myself some grace for way more than 8 weeks.
Well, the not keeping track of your scores have been less than 8 weeks, so you can. Exactly. Be drunk and keep score. And that's why I'm gonna have a sip of my margarita right now.
Drunk me actually keeps tracks of score. Sober me is like, nah, I don't care enough. Drunk me secretly wants to win. So that's funny because they cannot see what I'm doing. They just hear weird noises over weird noises.
Julie is saying, good job, Eloise, for not smoking.
Thank you.
She's been smoke-free for starting 9 weeks now?
8 weeks.
8 weeks. Scott says he'll smoke with you.
No, thank you. I will not. I am trying to make better choices for myself. That includes not being a grouchy bitch about everything. And quit smoking.
Yay! Don't be a grouchy bitch and not smoking. Yay!
Brandon is happy about both of those statements. Up. 3D printing is fun.
It's a hell of a mess you're making over there.
The cleanup is such a pain, though. Every single time. That's why I wanted to do only one last for those ones, just so that it's done. We don't talk about it anymore.
You just said you wanted to print some trash cans.
Oh, fuck it. Well,
Scott's talking about his type of smoke. Wink, wink.
Well,
it's legal in Michigan always.
And we do not do random testing anymore at my company.
You do not.
Because last time the company did random testing, we lost quite a lot of people on staff.
I just find that hilarious too, by the way.
Huh?
I find that kind of funny.
And I was not part of those, but the fact that they don't do random drug testing anymore, I'm not saying I would, but I'm not saying I can't.
All right, show off some of those orcs you made.
Well, actually, they need to go take a bath in alcohol right now.
Oh, I'm talking about the orcs you actually made.
Those ones?
Yeah. You're on camera, so.
Those are 5% too big doorknobs with little to no love to them, and I'm going to cut the hand. And if you're tired of painting, you can help me by cutting the hand on each and every single one of them, because we need to replace it with the claw.
Yeah, I'll cut models with
So if you're tired of painting, you can take a break.
I can take a break from painting. Painting is... If anyone asks, I love painting display boards. I love painting bases. I love painting terrain. But painting models, I am not a fan. Like, I painted... Hey, let me transition to my screen real quick.
You already lost.
I painted a whole bunch of Tau bases yesterday, and I had a blast doing it, making them and painting them for all my Tetras and everything. And they're fully completed. Like, I have to paint... I have to put grass on them still. I haven't done that yet. But I enjoy doing that way more than painting these actual Tau models. And I think it has something to do with, like, staying in the lines.
Can purchase online anymore? What?
Oh, just call Bill. Do you want Bill's phone number? Bill will let you buy a ticket.
Can purchase. Oh, ticket for whom?
For Scott. He wants to come hang out.
Yeah. You get tired of painting? Yeah, me too. That's the conversation that we had with Kramer and Brad 2 hours ago. Apparently we got signed up to volunteer to paint something, and the conversation went something to the effect of, I will paint the bare minimum on my models and your models, and painting the bare minimum includes not signing up for random side quests.
So where am I cutting? Can you hand me a power claw? I just need to see how.
It's going to be gooey.
These are giant power claws. Okay.
Well, those are giant doorknobs.
Okay. I guess I'll cut right above.
Those are broken power claws too.
These look like commandos. They don't actually look like knobs. All right.
Well, they are going to be the perfect power claw. How do you say it again?
Yeah, so they closed the online store on Sunday. But I just reach out to Bill. I'm sure Bill is ready for more money. Like, they haven't even released the list yet. Yeah. So it's not like you have a advantageous position, And I know that people are just going to show up and play, so.
And it's not like you're total strangers either.
Yeah, it's not like you're total strangers that are banned from the event.
And it's not like you made into a habit of
give me the thicker one.
Of not signing up to tournament and waiting for the list to be out and then signing up and putting your list up.
Ah, man. There's at least one person I know who does that. Actually, there's a couple people I know who do that.
I am not saying that it's a thing that people do. All I'm saying is it's not something that you guys do, so it's okay. And I'm not judging people who do either. Oh, wait.
You got to get that advantage, Eloise.
My advantage is that I've got boobs. If I put a boobsage cleavage on, I have 50% more chance to win because I disturb my opponent.
I remember the first time I took you to Michigan GT, and we were staying at the hotel across the way. So we're walking down the concourse. Well, Eloise is walking down the concourse by herself, and she's...
No, you were with me.
Yeah, okay. It's been a couple of years. It's only been 3 years. So, Eloise is a very friendly person, and she likes to say hello to people, especially when they look like they don't have friends.
That's not very nice. I just say hello to people in general, okay?
When they look like they don't have friends. Any more trimming or no?
Yes, all of those hams.
Okay, well these are
done. But they are still gooey.
Those are done.
Thank you.
So we're walking down the concourse, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And this guy just lets go this like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was a grunt. It was like, I'm terrified. Why is a woman talking to me kind of grunt. Like, I don't know if he had some premature something or what happened.
He was just very happy.
Or if he's never talked to a woman before. Like, and it wasn't like Eloise did anything like flirtatious. She just said hello.
Or he hadn't had his coffee yet, and it was more a grunt than a moan.
Nah, it was super weird.
You literally just spend hours just like to talk to people. Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, I waited last minute. Like I said, I bought my ticket at like $3.50 on Sunday. I didn't submit my list until 11:59. And then I reached out to Anthony, who's running the event. I was like, yeah, I fucked up. I need to change my list. And I noticed today that my list is wrong, so, you know.
What did you do?
Not a big deal. I gave my Skyrays gun drones, and they totally have smart missile systems. And I could probably change it now. Like, I don't think they actually lock the list either.
Is it social anxiety?
Just bubbled up.
Probably.
It was just super weird.
It was super weird. But it was my first GT.
It was your first GT, and you went to go play on stream.
Against Nix. Wishing happy birthday to his wife. I'm super proud of Nix for not coming to Michigan GT this year. We are not going to wish his wife a happy birthday on stream. He's going to actually spend time with her for her birthday. Wow.
Yeah, they locked my list. Okay. Well, I can't change it. Damn.
Well, do you plan on puking on the carpet?
They don't have carpets, so we're good.
Okay, so you can have them change your list and get yellow card, and it's fine.
If someone wants to argue that, like, I'll just let them argue it. I'll play with gun drones, and they're going to be sad when I wreck their face with gun drones.
Well, and Scott has the excuse that he has the health thing, that he never knows how he's going to feel about doing anything. So yeah, we have a very, very ghetto 3D printing setup where...
Here, let me transition to your little setup so everyone can see what's going on over here.
Where the washer, the quote-unquote washer, is a mason jar with alcohol coming out of a Walgreens bottle.
Yeah, it works though. I mean,
and the UV curing station is a nail lamp.
But it works though. I mean,
it does work. It works perfectly for the usage that we have of it. In the ghetto. When it comes to lists, it's just a pain in the butt. Oh.
I'm too indecisive. That's my problem.
You should see Brandon the day before it's time to give the list. We normally have a call with Brad. That turns into a call with Brad and Kramer if it's Space Marines, or Justin and Lyle if it's Tau. Like, Brendan needs his entourage to be able to make a list. Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
100% official. official Suns S1 LED nail art equipment.
Available on Amazon for $22.99.
No, for $9.99.
Oh, $9.99? Okay, even better.
For $22.99, might as well buy the real thing. I like my setup.
I don't know if I want to paint anymore. I guess I should probably paint some more though.
Oh, I know that feeling, bro.
I'm so over it.
Hey, look at me. What you don't paint today, you're gonna have to paint tomorrow.
Or I could just not paint.
Or
it's fully battle ready.
Just paint the Kroot red. We have had these conversations so many times. Just paint the flipping Kroot red. You want the red?
I have
no,
red.
You have the red. List by committee? Yeah, basically. While I make my list by asking Brad. Brad sends me a list.
And then you don't use it.
Then I don't make it. Then I ask Brendan, and Brendan makes a list with what I have.
That's the problem. That's why I have to ask more than one person, because Brad will suggest a list that nobody owns the models to. He's like, yeah, this is the best list ever. Take these 30 Wolfguard, 30 Wolfen. No one owns that. And he was trying to get everyone to buy it and everything, and nah, I'm good.
I do not believe those have been in the alcohol bath long enough.
Put it back in.
Yeah. Yup. Come on, girls. Youpie-doo.
My issue is just I don't play enough. I don't play nearly as enough as some people in Death or Glory, so I don't mind feedback, but I have to take it with a grain of salt because my play style is completely different than other people's play styles. And the list that I'm taking this weekend is a reflection of that. Is it optimized? Is it Lyle, Brad, and Tom optimized? No. Will I probably be just as successful? Yeah, probably.
You're not as successful as them because they are numbers 1 and 2 on that thing, and you're not even number 69!
Well, I guess I have to lose my game so I can become number 69.
If you go 2 and 3 this weekend, I'm
going to fall well below 69.
No, you have a chance of being 69, I believe.
I don't think that's how ELO works.
Oh. That's disappointing. To the ghetto. Make the list, the model will be whatever.
Make the list, the models, whatever, big deal on that, because it's really about what you know. Bring the things you really want, and not the things that you can get. And that's and then the set the trails off for 5 more minutes. Yeah. That's pretty accurate.
I see that we all have the same conversation with some people.
I mean, I like Brad's advice. I consider it for 5.3 seconds, and then I'm like, this is a terrible plan.
I think I just lost one of the spike of the claw in the bottle of isopropyl alcohol.
Oops. Dun, dun, dun.
I know. Well, I guess some of the orcs are going to be a little bit more ghetto than others. It's okay. I can put a Q-tip for the teeth and kid bash that into a claw. Correct?
Yeah.
There you go. You're going to dry a bit. Dry a bit. Dry a bit.
I think there's also the realization that Brad's going to break those bottles as soon as he gets drunk and starts playing with them, because They're resin.
That's why we don't care about them. Ooh, isopropyl alcohol smells good. What time is it?
9:18.
9:18?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just thinking of the going to bed thing.
You did have an early morning.
I got screamed at. They were not Indian, they were from Uzbekistan.
Really?
Yeah. I got screamed at by Uzbekistan people at 7 a.m. this morning. And I was on loudspeaker because I wanted to get ready, and Brendan was wondering what the fuck was happening in the bedroom.
I don't know if terrorists were in our house or what was going on. They were very loud and very angry.
It's okay. They were angry at themselves, not at me. So Scott always does this. No. Yeah. Yeah. Like Brandon, he likes units that can go through the whole board in half a turn, and they are not always the most optimized for the meta, but they are the ones that brings him joy. At the end of the day, let's play it like it's a game or something, you know?
Yeah.
I know. Such concept.
You know, the fact that I'm even ranked to where I am in that national ELO ranking for Team America is just fucking astounding. I haven't been taking it seriously at all. It's kind of hard to take, you know, tournaments and competitive wargaming seriously when you move all the fucking time.
Well, and it is hard to take competitive wargaming seriously when you're down here. There's not a lot of... Let's just say the pool is shallow. Like, you have your rice, you have your crawley, and then you have people that are at my level. And there is no happy middle. Perfect. Ooh la la, such beautiful. Look.
Oh.
I am trying to tell myself. What's she saying?
Hold on. You're having me paint Kroot skin.
I do have you paint Kroot skin. You want them to pop. The only thing that pops on...
Are the metal plates that I just painted on everybody?
No. The Kroot.
Scott always does his own take on the medalist, and he has very different opinions on certain aspects. Plus, like you said, he likes to play fast and loose. I am trying to train myself not to be a filthy tryhard, trying to evolve into my next form where I can just vibe and just play without really stressing about it.
You want to evolve? We have a Digivice. We can put you in the Digivice with Kyle. Yeah, we got a new 3D printer. It's new toy.
I was like, I'm like, well, what are you printing?
Oh, Digivice.
And I'm like, why are you printing that? This is a random offhand comment in the YouTube comment section.
No, it was a conversation with Kyle.
Alright. Hey, 2 Kroot started. Okay. Pew, pew, pew.
Ooh la la, such perfect. Ooh, so much beauty. The level of care and concern. Where did you put the one whose hand you slapped? Oh, there. Thank you. Oh. How do you put the claw when it's a little bit too low? Low, 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 low.
Welcome to Still Frosted Gaming, where we listen to Brandon and Eloise read chat. Yeah.
I cannot read from here. I'm too far from the screen, so I look like I'm a preschooler learning how to read.
Yeah, you are standing a couple feet away.
At the wrong angle with things between me and the screen.
Hey, now you're just making excuses.
Well, ladies, I think we all know what look he just received. Well, I'm excited to play Sisters. It might be one of the last time that I play Sisters until they get a codex, so...
I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Cool! Because I've been extremely disappointed so far.
I don't think they're nearly as bad as everyone keeps saying they are.
And I think you're high.
Well, I mean, maybe I was hanging out with Scott. Now that I'm in a different point in my life, I don't need to take the drug test anymore, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So much fun is being not had because of random drug testing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brendan. Justin's here.
Justin's here. Should I go to the boys and play? And if I do, should I play 120 Fire Warriors? It's actually not that many points. Yes, you should. And 6 piranhas. Or, 6 devilfish. See, I would love to go to the boys. Hell, you want to go to the boys?
When is the boys?
Second week in November?
We all know that we have a constraint that is time-bound that we cannot talk about.
Yeah.
The answer is no. I see my name, but I cannot see what's being said about.
Hold on, I'm pinning fiddly Kroot hands. Alright. Let's see. Eloise, while you are playing your sisters this weekend, if you get discouraged, just remember, at least I'm not playing Dark Eldar. I actually think Dark Eldar are in a pretty good spot, too. Let's see. Let's look up the boys. I don't think it's the 18th. That seems super late.
If it's the first week of November, it might be negotiable. If it's the second week of November, it will probably be a hard pass.
Let's see. The boys. Yep, it's November 18th and 19th. So that's the third weekend of November. And then the Fort Wayne tournament is the weekend before that.
Can I put the claw without cutting their hand? Or is it weird? No, it would be weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need me to chop? You have 3 more over here, by the way.
Cool. That's a hand. That's a hand. And yes, we are using a nail art UV lamp as a curing station for 3D prints.
It works.
Oh, there you go.
And they're all cured?
Yeah.
It'd be very sad if they're sticky.
They might be a little bit goopy, but it's cured. It's just alcohol. Since when do you run away from alcohol?
That particular alcohol you're using is the kind that kills people if they drink it,
It's methanol? No, it's ethanol.
Yeah.
Isopropyl?
If you drink it, you'll go blind.
Isopropyl alcohol. Na 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 na. I know methanol is the one that makes you blind. Does not contain nor is intended as a substitute for ethyl alcohol. Well, I guess it's not ethanol then. I did not put the arms in a smart position. Na 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 na. I mean, they're orcs. They're pretty flexible of the wrist, right? That's what they're known for.
Yeah, something like that.
Cool, perfect. Let's do that.
Are you just going to break the model?
I am not going to break the model. I'm just going to make it very, very flexible of the wrist. Brad is going to break it, and I can always say that it's his fault.
Yeah, there you go.
You know that the title of the video is You Painting Kroot.
You know, watching you build orcs is more interesting.
I strongly doubt that. Me giving hips dysplasia to my sisters.
Can I have the clippers that you took?
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah, isopropyl alcohol and ethanol are just a little different. Ethanol is, you know, what they use to run cars and shit.
Ethanol is the one you drink.
You can drink that. Go ahead. Yeah,
No.
Take a swig of it, especially with the resin inside of
Ethanol
it.
is the one you drink. Methanol is the one you do not drink. Met, het, prop, but. In that order. Wow. So strong. Up. Ouch. Ooh. That's why I wear safety glasses. I just got... it's not waste.
Are you guys wasting time? Yes, we are wasting time building models for Brad.
Yes, because
he's gonna bandwagon jump immediately and play Tau next weekend.
Yes, because he said I need 20 Groot.
Orcs.
Groot.
Groot is the character from Guardians of the
Oh,
Galaxy.
shoot. What's the name of those things? The Kroot. No. Knobs. Brad said I need 20 knobs, and I did not know what knobs were. I'm like, sure, I can print that out and like quickly paint them for you. Little did I know that I was signing up for
20 hours of 3D printing.
They pretty big boy. They pretty big boy. Also, yes, I broke the claw, so we're going to use a Q-tip.
That's still not a Q-tip.
Okay, Q-tip for the tooth.
It's still a toothpick.
Toothpick.
So ethanol and ethyl alcohol are two different. I haven't had enough margaritas for this. That's what I'm saying. So Julie, Eloise wants to like print this elaborate paint scheme on them and make them look nice, and I'm like, for what?
Oh,
They're
no.
going to end up in a trash can by the end of this tournament.
I am 100% going to paint them purple and yellow and black.
That is infinitely more work than I would put into it.
It needs 3 colors to be tabletop compliant.
Ready? Black spray paint, gray spray paint, and pick another color up here, and we'll get them done.
I mean, I'm doing a really terrible, sloppy job. I'm not...
Brad doesn't even own an orc army, so like that's like if Brad's passion was like, oh man, I love orcs, they're my favorite army. I'd be
like Eldars.
There's zero chance these knobs make it past this weekend. That's my prediction. I wouldn't be surprised if they get left on a table somewhere.
Well, if he does that, I'm going to put them in a sock and beat him with it.
That's what I mean. Primer's a color.
Primer is a color.
Yeah, like I right, let's see how many different colors of primer I have on the shelf in front of me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 different colors of primer, and we also have an airbrush. I would not put any...
Can I have the ones you've already cut, please?
...meaningful work in any of these.
Thank you.
I would dry brush it with something and...
Call it a day.
He's literally jumping ship next weekend. So he's been playing Orcs this weekend because the internet thinks Brad is now Mork, the Orc savior, and he's coming to make Orcs the best army in the game. But he already said that he's playing Tau next weekend. So he's going to Gemhammer in Cincinnati, and he's playing Tau. Which he also doesn't own models for. And if Brad asks me, hey, Brandon, can I borrow your Tau army? I'm going to tell him no. That's, yeah. Yeah.
It's fine.
Is it?
Yes. It is the way God intended it to be. Broken and kid bashed.
He's going to roll around on him Sunday. Yeah, he's going to practice his German Oktoberfest dancing on top of models.
Throwing.
The only advantage these Orc knobs have is that they're almost as tall as Brad, so...
That is true. They are slightly taller than normal knobs, which make them probably Brad's size.
Oh, it's in Dayton? Okay.
Dayton is far. Dayton is further than Cincinnati, isn't it?
Yeah, about 30 minutes further for us. He can borrow Lyle's again. I think Lyle's still traumatized about what happened to his Tower Army last time. And I don't blame Brad that, but I kind of blame Brad for that.
Yeah,
I don't know if Lyle actually ever fixed his army.
I don't think Lyle is going to let him come within 10 feet of his army.
Yeah, so from what I understand, this weekend, Orcs... Well, actually, he's playing Space Wolves first. Space Wolves in the doubles. Orcs for the singles. Tau for Gemhammer. Taking a week or two off. And then he's going to Fort Wayne. And he's playing Space Marines. Because he wants to prove a point that Space Marines are the best army ever. And he's going to be sadly disappointed when he's wrong. I also think he's going to California at some point in time. I don't know if that's in November.
SoCal.
I don't know when that is. That might be in October.
Up. Oh, I forgot to put the shoulder pads. Okay, so you got shoulder pads. I did not forget to put the shoulder pads. I'm such good grown up.
Part of me actually thought about playing Space Marines this weekend. I did consider it for about 10 minutes.
Why? You keep complaining about them.
Why? Because this would have been the last opportunity for me to use my bike models.
Oh, that's true.
And it'd be less painting.
That's true too. Okay, I know that beggars cannot be choosers, but can I please ask you to cut closer to the hand? Because they have big forearms.
I would pack it up and mail it to your friend in Tampa. That's what I would do. Because you're going to be staying at your friend's house for a week, so. That's what I would do.
Oh, you're going to...
Yeah, Justin's going to Tampa, which is not this weekend, but the following weekend. So is Sean.
Your Sean?
I mean, not my Sean, but Sean Rice. I don't own him. He's not my property.
The Sean who is here often. Maybe,
yes, the Sean who comes over to play games.
Yes.
Well, Justin, maybe you just need to run those 120 Fire Warriors. You know, you can fit that in one tube sock. You got to put it on as your personal item. That's what I did.
Yeah, into one of those small...
Or, I mean... Well, first off, you're taking Megan with you, so yeah, Sean Rice is going to Tampa. So you're taking Megan with you. So first off, you have 2 bags to transport your Tau Army as a personal carry-on item, because I know you're using the biggest. It's official now. Sean is Brandon's. All right, well, can you send him a message? Have him jump in on the chat so I can let him know of his new title.
No.
I am now Sean's landlord and person ship owner. There you go. I cut these a little shorter. You want me to cut any more of those shorter?
Thank you very much. No, it is perfect. Okay. Oh, no, I mean closer to the hand, not closer to the elbow.
Oh, well.
It's okay.
They're closer to the elbow now.
I'm going to make it work. I don't know how.
Is that 120 Fire Warriors in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Could you imagine like having that in your in your pocket at the airport? Like you're wearing a trench coat because you're looking at November
because you're wearing
it's probably snowing in Rochester, and you're just like, yeah, man, you got some Tau Fire Warriors.
I got some nice Fire Warrior in there.
Anna says, Dice with Rice, a subsidiary of Still Frosty Gaming.
I'm sure he will appreciate it. Oops.
Sean and I put out completely different types of work. He does put together some very interesting strategy videos and talks a lot about the tactics. I've actually really appreciated all the hard work he's doing with Brad to get those videos put together every single Tuesday. Not only are they staying on topic, which is a miracle in my opinion, but they're very in-depth and they're very interesting to listen into, and they talk about a lot of good points. But hobby-wise, yeah, we're just kind of doing our own different things.
Hop.
I want to know about this 120 Fire Warrior list.
Still wet.
I had to explain to Scott that Dice with Rice and Silver House are separate entities. Yes, he is not a subsidiary. I do not pay Sean. He just comes over every
Tuesday-ish.
Every Thursday-ish. And he comes over, we play a game. And he's come over, we've played 7 games so far, I think.
I thought it was more.
No, it's 7. We've had a couple scheduled, but they've been canceled. Like we were supposed to play Thousand Suns versus Dark Angels last Thursday, and we canceled it because
and then someone's car decided to explode.
He had 3 broken down cars. This week we're not playing because I'll be going up to Michigan GT. Next week we're not playing because he's going to Tampa.
I offered last weekend to fill in for Dice with Rice.
Oh, yeah. I'd play a game with you. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I agree, Anna. And that's what we were talking about with Sean, that the PowerPoint, and Brad actually. Brad admittedly said that the PowerPoint really, really helps him because if he goes a little bit...
Bless you.
Thank you. If he goes a little bit too far off topic, then...
We can wheel him back in.
Yeah. You know, I look at what I'm doing and it looks painful to put minis that haphazardly together. like I am pained by what I'm doing.
You know, if you did put a presentation together, things would go more smoothly, and that's my problem for whenever I do hobby stuff with Brad. Like, I don't have a presentation going. I usually just have a general topic idea and then completely goes off into left field. We did have a very long discussion about the most effective tool to protect yourself in a fight against zombies.
A bat with spikes.
I think that wasn't one of the choices.
How was it not one of the choices?
I think the choices were a chicken claw, like a cooked chicken talon. I'll have to look back. We had a very lengthy discussion about it. It maybe wasn't protecting against zombies. It was.
I'll keep the bat if you don't mind.
Yeah. I mean, a bat would be because it's easy to swing. You want an aluminum bat, and if you do decide to take an aluminum bat in your car, make sure you put a couple baseballs and a catcher's mitt in your trunk as well.
Just the bat and the ball.
Alright. So how are your works coming along?
I believe I'm halfway there, lemon on a pear. I have done those, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. I am literally halfway there.
Yes.
Lemon on a pear.
Justin, how many Riptides do you actually own? I know you own a lot. Justin is just actually 6 Riptides stuck together.
No, so that's how he's going to carry his army.
It's 9:45, just so you know.
Oh. I don't want to work on those tomorrow. I hardly want to paint those tomorrow.
How far? Okay, I want to see how far away Tampa is from where we are. And then I can have Justin pay for my gas and mileage and hours in the car.
Ils sont dans la marche aussi, tu sais. I don't think Justin will be that kind.
To pay mileage rates? What is the federal mileage rate?
675, I believe. 8 reptiles. Impressive. What's a cat?
Hecatons are the big land fortresses that Votan have.
Do I want him to scratch his head?
I mean, you could.
I do.
I would pay to see that. Anna, you didn't see, but when we were at ATC, which was actually the last tournament I played at, Corey and Michael bought a salt lick. It's not, I wouldn't even call it a salt lick. It was a Himalayan salt candle, and they drilled out the center, and they put a gold chain around it. And then they carry it all throughout the tournament at ATC, and there's videos of us doing tequila shots and each licking the salt lick. A few of us got sick afterwards, not going to lie.
Surprisingly!
It turns out when you're licking a Himalayan salt rock and then doing shots of tequila with strangers, you may get sick. But it was a good time. The fact that it is a $150 kit is what makes it fun and exciting. Uh-oh. Just have someone print you a small one to wear as a necklace.
A small what?
Hecaton Fortress. If you buy the file and send it over, we could print you off one.
It would weigh a dead cow. Because 3D printing, unless your model is hollow, I mean, we could hollow it, but it's super heavy. Like, those baby boys are hollow, like I hollowed them out.
Yeah.
But normally they're full and
they're hefty.
They're the hefty boy.
Hefty.
Yeah, I'm an engineer in real life, so I can do fun stuff. Woot.
Yeah, just get some Retributor armor gold paint, and then just dip it in some brown ink wash or black. Which color do you like using for gold?
Hazel. Which one? Contrast Megadeth Flesh. I don't have the here.
Oh no.
Barbados Flesh. Dark Oath Flesh.
You like using that one?
Yeah.
Not this one. The
No.
Agrax. I need to go get a bottle of that tomorrow.
If you use that, then it ends up looking like that, which is a little bit like hazelnut copper with 3D. I am very opinionated on gold.
How many different colors of gold do you have?
More than one.
You know, I've learned more about gold paint in the last 3 years I've known Eloise than I have ever. I never knew there were so many different shades of gold.
You never knew people could be that opinionated about what color of gold things should be. So, you have a lot of gold shades, and depending on the brand, they will either be too thick, and then you lose all of your details, or they will not cover for crap. And I am very, very opinionated on what warmth of gold I want, and I really want to see my details. So I have...
I mean, these are fair points. I'm not judging you. There are way more shades of gold than when I started painting.
3.
Now she's counting all her gold paint.
5, 6, 7.
I do like that Elven gold that you have and the Viking gold.
9. You have the other gold, don't you? That's the little ones.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
I have Retributor gold.
I have an issue with gold. That's it. Oh, and also have rose gold. If you buy rose gold, it's not rose gold.
Eloise is so opinionated about gold that she's able to identify which gold by number she prefers.
Like the Vallejo paint. You know, they will have a number. So if you have some Vallejo gold, like that one, yeah. We're all weird. Hey, we play with tiny little soldiers for fun. That's my story, and I'll stick to it.
Oops. Anna's not judging you. I'm judging you. But Anna's not judging you.
Thank you, Anna.
No, but to Eloise's point, there are a lot of nice gold colors.
And there are also some very, very shitty gold colors where you either get the color or you get your detail, but you cannot get both. And that irritates me, because for the price that you put on those tiny, tiny pot of paint,
you would expect it to actually look nice.
The least you can expect is something that works for its only intended purpose. But I guess I'm too demanding. You'll fit there. Do we have more glue?
Yes.
Cool.
Well, there go the dogs.
Vallejo Glorious Gold. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like the polished gold. It's a warm, very yellow gold. On my sisters, I used to use the just plain gold, and it's a very cold, almost greenish, whitish gold. It works very well for highlight, but it's cold. The ones that I found that really, really worked for me are the Studio 35, no, Scale 75 paints. They have a whole collection, so they have gold, they have different boxes, and they really have, like, the pigment is fine enough that you don't lose your detail when you paint. which I said it only 5 times, so I don't know if you've heard, but to me, it's very important.
We each have opinions about paint.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with paint. Don't. If you want painting advice, don't listen to me.
Brennan's opinion about paint is that it sucks.
Painting is my least favorite part of the hobby.
Hey, the dog. Tutu is licking his balls.
Tutu.
It's now looking at us like, what you want? Yeah, Justin, they're worth checking it out. They were, they had a booth at Adepticon last year? This year?
This year.
This year?
This previous Adepticon. I guess that is probably the best way to...
I was about to say, but at some point, Kramer and I went on a wild adventure in the booth. And I came back with way more gold paint than any single one human being ever needs.
The passion about gold paint.
It was my
Her Achilles heel.
yeah. And that's funny because I knew I was opinionated about gold. And then we went on a wild adventure around the different types of paint. You painted those bases. Oh, he loves painting bases and terrain because there is no lines that you have to stay within.
So with terrain and bases and display boards, I could be sloppier. I mean, there's less lines to work in, and there's way more.
Woohoo!
I don't know what you call.
Woo!
Yeah. Scientific term. Woo! There's just way more flexibility. So you get a choice of like different washes that you can do, different patterns, different shadows, and it's on a large enough surface where if I make a slight error, you're just not seeing it. Whereas with these Tau models, if I make a slight mistake, then I have to fix it because it sticks out like a sore thumb. And I also think that it's a matter of I'm a perfectionist, and I know that I don't have the skills and knowledge to paint to the level I want them to look.
To perfection? Yeah.
And it bothers the hell out of me.
Because
I try. I will say I'm a better painter now than when I first started.
Yes. You're a way better painter now than when we met.
But I still hate painting. Doesn't mean I like it though. No me gusta painting.
No te gusto. Te gusto. Te gusto.
But yeah, Justin, I'm really interested to see what you think about those bases. I think you'll really like them. I think they came out way better. They actually match my vision of what I had in mind, so that's cool.
Did he receive them already?
I think they come in either tomorrow or Thursday. Okay. Yeah, I think Thursday. Yeah, we'll exactly. There's more artistic freedom. Painting really is something you got to be in the mood for. Yeah. Like, I'll scratch build models all damn day.
100%.
Like, I'll convert models, I'll convert bases, I'll make things from scratch.
And when I paint, there is always a fuck it point where I will paint and I will not mind and I will maybe even love it. And then after so many times, depending on how precise and tedious the thing is, I hit the fuck it point, and then as long as there is color on the thing, it is perfectly painted. And you can see when you look at my sisters which ones were made at the beginning of the painting sessions and which ones were made at the end. Anna says she loves painting.
I love painting for painting's sake when I sit down with one model and just paint it from beginning to end. And I cannot stand painting things in big, boring batches. That is what I'm doing right now. Because I have 4 Tetras, 3 Piranhas, 2 Ghost Keel, 2 Skyray turrets, 6 gun drones, and Farsight.
I like building. I like making bases. I just don't like painting. You're going to put your hand over your head. You're going to put your hand over your head.
And maybe it comes down to I'm just using the wrong technique. Maybe I'm just...
You're just using the wrong gold paint.
I'm using the wrong gold paint. That's the real issue.
Face. That's the root cause of it.
I don't know why, but my Instagram has just taken off this past 2 weeks. Holy cow.
Because you're actually generating quality content of things that you like doing. Generate content of things that you like, not because it's quote-unquote popular. Do what you love. Follow your heart. I feel like a high school career coach.
Yeah. So, Justin, you'll be interested to know this. So, I built all those bases for you, and I just recorded a how-to video. And that damn video of how to make the marble mosaic bases, has 11,500 views and over 500 likes. It's pretty strong, pretty good. And then I did like just a pan over of what they looked like at the end, and it's at 1,400 views and like 160 likes.
The algorithm.
The algorithm. It likes music. It likes music, and it likes when you make the video on their app. It turns out if you make a video using Instagram and you try to post it on Facebook or YouTube, it doesn't like that. It throttles the content. It's super annoying. You're getting there. All right.
It's too late. I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty crazy. So, well, let me see. When was the first video that, when you and I had a heart-to-heart and we hey, Brandon, you should probably start posting videos. It's a little loud. Okay.
That's the so fresh and so clean.
View insights. I was just trying to see what the published date was.
I think I'm hitting the fuck it point of building models, and I do strongly believe that as long as the range of motion looks roughly possible, it is the perfect position for the arm.
Okay. So Eloise and I started posting reels on Instagram and YouTube more consistently since August 13th, so just about a month and a half now, I guess. And since then, the Instagram page has jumped up 300 followers. Just wanting more advice and suggestions on how to work on certain projects. And I fully admit, I am not the most talented artist on Instagram. I'm not. But it's pretty cool when you get people engaging with you and asking hey, how'd you do this? This looks awesome.
We still need to do
it makes it way more fun and makes me want to do it more.
We still need to do a paint stripper comparison. So he posted a video of paint stripping, and he got 5, 6, 7 different stripper to use that work with plastic models.
Some of them aren't available in the United States, I will say that.
So we need to do a comparison because I like second-hand models, cheap models. Yeah. So if we can find a way to optimize how we strip, I'll take it.
That was very aggressive.
That was not me. It was the stick of glue that was just very happy to see me.
Oh.
It looks like he wants to finger you.
Phrasing.
It's true. Look, that's not phrasing. That's a true. Look at his hand position compared to his body. It's like oh.
And demonetized. What? Reasons why YouTube isn't picking up.
Well, sorry, my dude. I don't mean to ruin your career. Maybe you need to stream without me.
I think it's funny. It's okay. I called someone a salty bitch earlier today, so. But I did it lovingly.
It's okay because that same person called me a cheerleader.
Yeah, that guy did insult you in the same tournament, so.
Yeah. Isopropyl strips acrylic paint and has an arm. Yeah, so that's one of the ones that people recommended. So we want to.
So I stripped some parts off of a former.
Phrasing.
I stripped some paint off of former Redemptor Dreadnought because I wanted to use it for a tau conversion that I'm not taking this weekend. And I just use Simple Green because I've used Easy Off Oven Cleaner and I've used Simple Green before just because that's what I've had. And I didn't really like Easy Off Oven Cleaner just because it's an aerosol and it's toxic to breathe in. Not the best. And Simple Green just takes a while, but it's eco-friendly. Like you can just wash it down the drain and you don't have to worry about killing baby ducks somewhere. But there were a lot of people who were like super like that takes forever and being like super dismissive of the fact that I was even doing a video on this. I thought that was really weird. That was definitely like my most negative video that I've posted.
What's wrong with being a cheerleader? Nothing. If it's meant as in cheerful and fun and blah blah blah. What is wrong with... So basically we were playing Sisters and it was Michigan GT, so it was my first GT ever. I had never played in a tournament before. And the double is...
You never played in a large tournament before?
Yeah.
You had played in one other tournament?
One 7-people tournament. Yes. And I was a little bit... I don't think anxious is the word. Weird. Weirded out. And
you were stressed. You wanted to do as best as you could at your first tournament because you were trying to impress me, and I said,
yes.
Hey, it doesn't matter. I want you to have fun. That's the most important part.
Yes.
And you ended up going 3-2, and you had a blast.
Yes. But in the doubles tournament, Brendan is moving models around, and I'm asking questions because I was still learning. Like, we are always learning, but I was genuinely, like, very, very much still learning. And the dude looks at me and he's like, oh, you're just here to be a cheerleader then? Because it was a doubles tournament. And, yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, so this is Eloise's first tournament. She had just learned how to play 40K 2 months prior. She had only witnessed tournaments, and it can be a little nerve-wracking if you've never gone to a tournament, right? Like you never played.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my first tournaments. I thought they were nerve-wracking. I still get nervous sometimes when I go to a tournament, and I don't really know why.
You do. You were so nervous when we went to... Which one was it? The one in Texas.
But, yeah, the guy was just very dismissive. Like, he was just kind of, like, backhanded complimenting or backhanding. And Eloise doesn't take too kindly to that. I didn't hear it, so...
No, but then him and I had a conversation about...
You did have a conversation with him, and he... Maybe that's why he dropped.
How he should mind his own fucking business. I mean, how seriously did we take the tournament? We were power bottom. Our team name was Power Bottom. And that game, where that dude was standing next to us, was a game against Big Hard Dick. So it was Power Bottom versus Big Hard Dicks, and that's the game that we were playing. So we were, in a certain kind of mood, and he just completely ruined the mood.
No, it was Big Boner Boys. That was
Big Boner Boys, yeah. Sorry. That's the kind of game. I got kind of similar. Yeah, and that's ridiculous. People suck. I don't like people.
Yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter is that I just play way faster than Eloise, and like when you're on a timeline, I was moving models. You done?
I think. Let me double check.
So I was just playing faster, and just trying to get the game over and trying to teach Eloise along the way while we're doing certain things. So the game that she's referring to is we were playing Sisters of Battle last edition versus Slanesh Demons, and I'm like, well, this is why you do this, because when they charge, you can overwatch and
blah, blah.
You can interact, and then Repentia can do their magic and do all sorts of stuff.
Not anymore.
And so we were playing. It was the Power Bottoms versus
Big Boner Boys.
Big Boner Boys. And we showed them who won because the Power Bottoms crushed them. Like they were playing Slanesh Demons. We were playing Sisters of Battle, and they called the game after like turn 4 because of how badly they were losing. But it was a good learning opportunity because I was trying to show Eloise some strategies on how to use Sisters of Battle against that kind of army.
Against a melee army, yeah.
Against a melee army, and I think you learned a lot because you used some of those strategies against Jason, and so.
And I scored 69.
Oh yeah, the best number.
So yeah, I can say confidently that the next time he feels the urge to make a comment like that to a woman in the context of 40k, he will think about it twice.
Or he just won't go to tournaments anymore because he's a salty bitch.
and
I also told him he was being a salty bitch about it when I was there. I told him right to his face, I'm like, you're leaving because you don't like the train? You paid your ticket, you paid for a hotel room, and you're quitting? You're a bitch.
He was from our town, okay? Like we don't just insult people for kicks and giggles. Just so that we agree. Up. Well, I believe that when you got time later tonight, you can go and prime those babies black.
Yeah, I'll prime them. I would actually have way more fun painting the orcs than these tau models.
We got 2 shoulder pads, 2 arms. Yep. 2 shoulder pads, 2 arms. And we got a head. One of them did not have a head earlier.
Oh, that's important.
Also, that one is so front loaded. Meow, meow, meow. It's okay, Brad is going to break them anyways. Up. 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 Do you think it's going to be obvious that he's got a toothpick as a claw once he's primed?
Let's see. Yep.
It's a orc kid bash, okay.
You know what I'm really waiting for? I'm ready for Brad to stab himself, and you're going to send him to the hospital with a...
No, let me get There you go. Not anymore.
You got to make models child-proof, Eloise. You got to realize that Brad is just a big child.
I cut the spiky bit. Orc don't need heads. No, they do not. No, he's not, Julie. He's going to kindly throw them at the table and be like, move them, opponent. That's why I'm not. You think I could put a little Protoss logo on them somewhere?
You're obsessed.
I mean, I printed it and I got nothing to do with it, so.
If you want.
No. There's too many spikes. He's going to hurt himself.
he's gonna safety power claw for Brad. We all know Brad is going to impale himself if you leave a toothpick on the model. So thank you for trimming it.
I try to keep my friends alive and well. Dead friends are not quite as funny as alive friends.
I could just see it now. Brad goes into like shock from the sudden being stabbed by an orc. Actually, those power claws are pretty sharp looking.
Those power claws are pretty sharp. Alright, let's send that to them.
Yeah. Okay, it's 10:15.
Do I need to wash them in water?
You wash them in alcohol. Is that not enough?
I don't know. Usually when we have resin model, you tell me to wash them in soapy water. Justin says, yay, do it.
Safety power claw. Nah, we should be okay. And it's too late anyways because you glued them all together, so.
I mean, I literally can put them in the sink with soap. With their bases.
So, no, and here's why. The reason why I wash certain resin models in soap and water is because they have a releasing agent on it. Because it's made in a silicone mold. Like, it's being poured into a mold, and then it's covered in lube, realistically, and you got to wash it off with soap and water. Because these are being physically 3D printed and you clean them with alcohol, they shouldn't have any byproduct that would hamper the painting. I mean, you painted all those Eldar models, and did you have any issues with those?
Yes.
With painting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, that may damage the basing, putting them in soap and water.
So,
Let's take them outside and I'll prime them black.
Alright, perfect.
Tell Brad he owes me a can of spray paint now, too. It's going to take an entire, a reasonable amount of spray can.
Uh-huh. Alright, it's going to be time for Eloise to go to bed.
It is. It's 10:15.
Oh, it's 15 minutes past bedtime. I'm feeling wild.
15 minutes past bedtime.
Tomorrow is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Wednesday. My first meeting is only at 7:30.
Oh. So you can practically sleep in.
I know. Eesh. Eesh. Oh, my day sucks tomorrow.
Why does your day suck tomorrow?
Because I have
lots of stuff going on.
7:30. 7:30 town hall about the UAW strike. 8 town hall. Well, leadership update about the UAW strike. 9 meeting. 10 meeting. Actually, I have 3 meetings at 10. 11 meeting. 11:30 meeting. 1 meeting. 1:30 meeting.
Sounds exhilarating.
And that's only 1:30. I don't want to do that. Alright, good night, Justin.
Say good night. Alright. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'll try to be more consistent with streaming, hobby stuff, and just shooting the shit with everybody. It's fun talking with everybody and working on projects. It makes the time go by. Eloise and I can only talk so much.
Yeah.
And we still talk a lot.
Yeah.
We had a very lengthy conversation over dinner about Mexican food and American tipping culture.
That is true.
So,
that is true.
Thank you for joining us. I hope I have no meetings tomorrow.
I hope you have no meetings tomorrow. I'll take all of your meetings. I can add them to my list. What is it going to change for me?
I only have one meeting tomorrow, and that's with Brad, and I'm going to be working on time models tomorrow. So, all right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Good night, everybody.